Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video, and of course, as you can tell, but it's going to be like a heart-to-heart video where I kind of just spill my feelings, spill what I've been going through, spill what I've been learning, and I think that it's important because, yeah, I guess I am just like you. I'm going through life the same kind of way, and I have my own struggles, I have my own achievements, so I thought today I would talk about something that I think is on a lot of people's minds. Basically quitting your job and just being by yourself, sustaining yourself and working for yourself and being a freelancer or an entrepreneur or a business owner, all of these things. And for me, I've been on my own for 3 years already, so it's been a while. And I have to say that not only do you kind of grow the business grows you inside as well. Through the struggles of it, through the challenges of it, through the things that you learn of it, it grows you. That is undoubtedly something that I have learned for the past 3 years. And so in this video, I thought it would be very useful for any of you who want to start your own business, who are desiring to just take a leap of faith and just join me or people like me to pursue their dreams and to do what they've always wanted to do. And it's such a beautiful thing because I really do believe that everyone is created for a purpose and they are given talents and gifts for a purpose. And I feel like to not utilize those talents and gifts is a waste, I think. So it's an amazing thing that you're even thinking of that. And it was a very thing that I too thought of when I quit my job 3 years ago. I remember I was in the boardroom I was working in an agency, and if that agency watches this, sorry, but yeah, I was in the agency and I was in a meeting and I just looked out the window and I just realized that this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is not what I want to do with my life. I think that like believing in yourself is a huge component of this. Believing that you can do this. Focusing on things that are not there yet. Having a foresight to see that you can do so much more with your life, that there is something so much bigger than this. And I'm not telling everyone to quit their jobs. No. I'm just saying that if you are thinking of doing that and all you need to do and all of you is telling you to take that leap of faith, then I think this video would be quite cool for you. And it's cool for you anyway if you just want to hear me talk, to be honest. Alright, so I thought of 5 things that I have learned just being by myself, and I have made it so that like I wish I had this information before being on myself. But I don't regret anything. Like I really don't regret not knowing it because I eventually learned it anyway. And I'll get back to that point. Alright, so number 1 is this shit is real. I don't really swear very much, the S word, but it's really real. Like this is real. Real. This is a real world with real money, with real things you can do. And I think that this was like the biggest kind of obstacle for me, just because I did so much business stuff in school, and even in high school I like sold hot dogs, I sold t-shirts, I sold popcorn, I sold everything. A bubble tea, I had like my own bubble tea business in high school. It was what do you say, legal and everything like that, yeah, but I had my own bubble tea business in high school. It was legit, and I raised like a lot of money for charity. So all the money went to charity, and all the money that I used were from funding, you know? It was like a playground for me to play with and experiment with. And I think that coming from there, and I'm only 24, so uni was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, that kind of thing. So now it's real. There are bills to pay, there's rent to pay, there's all these things to pay, and you have to be responsible for it. But it is so scary, and for me, I was so scared to have to pay for these things, to have to be on my own and everything. It was the temptation to want a 9-to-5 job was just out of this world. Like, I wanted it so badly, and I was so jealous of people who had that. But I knew that inside my heart that I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It was innate in my blood to have to start a business, to want to be on my own, to pursue my dreams. It's always been a part of me. It runs in my blood. It's just who I am. And to lock myself up in a corporate job, it's just not who I am. I can do it, and I do it really well, but no, I can't. It's not who I am. And I really feel that, like, it wouldn't be an expression of myself if I were to do that. And because of my belief of that, and if you feel the same way, I did take that leap of faith. And even though it's the real world I'm dealing with now, and not just some like, you know, funding that I got from school, it's different. Things are different, you know. You have to pay for a lot of things and stuff, but I know that well, for me, like, I know that it's really personal to say this, but I definitely believe in God, and I know that, like, not everyone does, and I respect that, and I hope that people can respect me for it, because it is my video and it is my life. And if I were to talk about my life, I can't help but talk about how God literally just, like, stopped me, like, not stopped me, but literally has just been the anchor point for me for my entire life. Like, if I didn't have God, I would be in that 9-to-5 job. I would have been so insecure. I'd be full of fear. I would be like just not really who I am. And I think my anchor point in God, like, knowing that everyone has a purpose, everyone has gifts and talents for a reason, everyone has, you know, the promise. I feel like I need to live out for God. I need to. It's who I am as well. And sometimes, like, I'm scared to tell you this because, you know, I don't know what you're gonna think of me. But I realize that it's really, like, part of my life, and it's so ingrained in my life, and I don't want to do anything that God is not in. So I'm just saying this because a lot of people ask me, Roseanne, how do you do it? You have so many bills to pay, and you have so many, like, things to be scared of. You know, you're taking a leap of faith. Things would be so much easier if you got a 9-to-5 job and everything like that. And sometimes I wish I could say something else, because I don't want them to feel anything like that I am, you know what I mean, right? But I can't. It's really just God. Like, I can't. There's nothing else I can say. It's like, He's my anchor, you know? So that's why I'm telling you this, because it's totally a part of me, and I can't deny that. But yes, I think that even though this world is real, you have an anchor. You know what you want in life, and you see that vision of you doing that thing all the time, and you believing in yourself. All of that is just not even an obstacle. It's more like what do I have to do to go around that? What do I have to do now that the wall is up? Where is my axe? Where is my hammer to hammer this wall? Like, literally, like, where is it? I wake up in the morning, I'm like, this is real. I don't know when my next paycheck is coming. I don't know when you know, someone decides to hire me. I don't know when. Like, literally, I wake up in the morning, I just don't know when. But you see that for me, because I took that leap of faith, I feel that God really provided for me. My salary was like X amount, and then literally as the years went by, it went up. And it's like an amazing thing. It's an amazing testimony. So anyway, I guess now number one is you've entered the real world. It is real, legit. But don't be scared, because you'll find that if this is really what you believe in and this is really what you're supposed to be doing, you really don't have to worry, because I'm in this position and I'm telling you this, from 3 years ago, I was a totally different person. I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. And after these 3 years, I can confidently say that God really provided for me, and that it's okay, it's okay. This is what I am totally designed to do. So number two is that your business will really, really, really allow you to understand what hard work is. And back then, hard work was staying up till 12 a.m. in the office, or I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's hard work. Yes, I agree with that. Or studying for exam, or doing a report, or all of these things. Hard work now is a totally different definition when you are on freelance basis, or when you start your own business. You have to be able to do everything. So I had a lot of struggle when I became a makeup artist, because a lot of people saw me as a beauty blogger. They saw me as just a beauty blogger, even though I had a diploma in makeup from London. So I had to kind of start from scratch. I realized after quitting my job that I wanted to be a professional makeup artist. I wanted to be freelance. I wanted to do my own thing. I believed in myself, and I started from scratch because everyone saw me as a beauty blogger. So I did a lot of work for free to build my portfolio, and you have to do that. If you're thinking of being a makeup artist, you need to have a good portfolio for people to hire you. And I remember my mom and my parents saying, "It's like, why are you like doing this? Because I sent you to freaking London." I was doing a lot of things for free and building my portfolio, but I don't regret those days, because I have a pretty dandy portfolio, guys, and that has really propelled my career. And there are just things that you have to do, you know what I mean? I had to lug my luggage upstairs in the rain. And in terms of Bloom, oh my gosh, like the struggle is real, guys. The struggle is freaking real. So I would, how I used to have, like, you see the pictures of my classes outside? Well, sometimes I kind of moved it inside, because sometimes, like, I had this one class. I have to shift out and shift in everything, because now it's in my house, but I'm moving out to a rented location soon, so yay. But now it's in my house, and I have to move all the furniture out of the living room and put all the class furniture in, because my mom is like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to put in, put back. So I have to do that every single class, and it's really, I don't have to go to the gym. I do not have to go to the gym anymore. Let's put it that way. And there's like, the weather is so annoying, because there's one time where all my students sat down and it was sunny and beautiful, and then literally 2 seconds it changed weather to like rain and thunder, and I was like amazed. God is amazing. He is putting me through a test. And so yeah, like I moved everything back and forth for 10 minutes. I was there when my first customer didn't show up. They paid, but they didn't show up. So I was like, wow, this is gonna be a journey. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a journey. And I think that leads on to the third point, whereas it really teaches you what not giving up is. There are so many freaking struggles when you start a business. There are so many struggles when you go freelance. But it's like, it's like, I don't know, even if all those struggles happen, you just want to carry on. It's not always that easy though. I think I had a lot of times where I was like crying, and I was like, why God, why do you do this to me? I think that like, you really understand what it means to not give up, like persist and persist and persist until the end, because all you are and all you want is this one thing to work. It's a weird feeling to want that. And a lot of people come to me and say, I want to start my own business, but I just don't know what it is. And I feel like, are you starting the business because you don't want to work for anyone? Are you starting the business because you like the idea of the glamorization of it? Because it's not that glamorous, guys. There's a lot of pain. And I think that if you see a lot of like documentaries and interviews and everything with entrepreneurs, they will all tell you failure is part of the equation, but it's how you get up from the failure that matters the most. Seriously, it matters the most. And I think that you should be going into this business because, not because it's business, and I've been there, not because it's business, but because it's what you want to do in life. It's not the money, it's not the structure, it's not waking up and being able to do whatever you want. It's more so the thing that you're doing. Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? Are you willing to endure stuff for it? That is the key question, right? It's not really like, I want to start a business, but I don't know what to do. But here's the thing about fear and failure, is that I remember I watched an interview with Oprah, and she was saying that it doesn't matter that you fail, because every single time you fail anyway, you learn from it. And because you learn from it, you're directed into the path that you're supposed to be leading or doing. And I agree with that. Now I really agree with that, because there's so many things that you will have to take risks for, whether it's renting a location. You know how much that money is? Like thousands of dollars a month. And are you able to cover that? You don't know. You just take it because it's a leap of faith, right? And you're scared, you're scared of failing. You're scared of like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work? And all these things. But I guess that you take the risk, and even if you fail, you have that time where you learn and you're like, okay, maybe this doesn't work. And then you're directed back into the path. No matter how you divert, you may divert and fail, but then you'll be back on track. I always feel that way no matter what. And I feel like there is always a way out. Even if you go bankrupt, there is a way out. And it's like putting a positive spin. I think all entrepreneurs and all freelancers have to be really positive, They can't be negative, because if you're negative, it's hard. It's really hard to go anywhere. You should be happy. You should be really happy. Not all the time and fake and everything like that. It's more like, try and be happy, try and be positive, try and look on the positive side of things, because there are a lot of things that will try to put you down. There will be a lot of people trying to put you down, saying that you can't do it. How are you going to cover that cost? How are you going to do this? That's not going to work. A lot of people will say it, whether it be your friends who try and look out for you, but they don't, like, they're trying to be realistic and everything like that. But sometimes you need to focus on the vision ahead, I told you, and not what you see, because often you'll find that if you're doing the thing that you're designed to do, whatever is on the other side of the road is so much more than you could have ever imagined. And I think that taking that risk and that is your reward for that. And there are so many people who will tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I've had so much of that. For the last freaking 3 years. You have no idea. Like, everyone thinks I'm freaking crazy. Like, I tell them I blog and I'm a makeup artist for myself. My number two things that I always live my life by is, number one, my success is not because of anybody else. It's because of me. That's my success. It is not attributed to anyone else but myself, and I am totally responsible for that success. So saying that number two is, It doesn't matter what people say, guys. It doesn't matter, because you are responsible for your own success. I hate it when people blame stuff, not even just people, but things, saying that, oh, that thing is like that, so I can't do this. That thing is like that, so I can't do this. That thing is like that, so I can't do this. That person said that so I can't do this. And I think that is like non-freaking sense, because you have a choice. You have a decision, okay? You make the decision whether you can or cannot do something. It is never ever dependent on someone around you or what someone said or anything. Never. I really firmly believe this. Never is it because of that somebody. It is always you or me or the choice that we make, okay? So I always believe in this. This is something that is a hardcore value. My success is never dependent on someone else. I've grown my own business myself. And people have helped me, yes, but I think that all the decisions that I made were made from myself, despite people telling me. And ignore what those people are saying. Number one, they don't even know. They don't even know what is going on. Like legit, they don't even know what is going on in the back end. So how can they be an expert of your life? Tell me, how can they be an expert of your life? Legit, because they have no idea how hard you're working. They have no idea what your plan is. They have no idea what it's like to be you. How can they be an expert in your life? How? They can't. They cannot. So because of that, you are the expert of your life. You know what's going on. You know what to do next. You have to believe in your decision before you do it. No matter what people say, you have to believe in it. You have to do it. You have to be confident in yourself, no matter what people say. And it brings me to an unrelated topic. But say like you break up with someone, right? And it's so hard to get over them, and it's so hard to let go of them. And people will tell you, why are you taking so long? Why are you doing this? Why do you still like him? Blah, blah, blah. And they can say all these things that make so much sense. But then you're like, you still like him. You still believe in that. You still want to be with him. And it comes to a point where you can block out what they say for that, but you can't block out what they say for your own life. I think that is something to think about, because like no matter what they say, you'll still like him, right? But then when it comes to your career and your life, why do what they say matter so much to you? And I think that it's important to note that yes, they do offer encouragement, and that really does help, definitely, and I think that is a plus point. But I'm just telling you from a standpoint, if they do discourage you and if they do like tell you to quit, you know, all of these things. Because personally, I've had a lot of people tell me to quit. Like, I'm struggling, but then they tell me to just quit and just get a job. It's just so much easier. And that doesn't help me at all. Like legit, this does not help me at all. I need to press on. So I think that is my little nugget of persist until the end, and not just listening to what people say. I think that's really important if they're discouraging you. And that is number 3. Number 4, what's really important is, and what I don't really like to say is, be a manager of your expectations. Manage your expectations. I think a lot of people, they glamorize entrepreneurship, and in a way it's an amazing thing, because taking a leap of faith is hard, and you need all the inspiration and encouragement you can get. But I feel like, well, how I work is that if I know a certain something is like this, I am more prepared for it. And it's not gonna be easy. I've seen people plant seeds a day before, and seeds meaning their business, day before, and they wake up the next day expecting it to be a freaking sunflower already, and it's not gonna be like that. It might be like that if your soil is freaking magical, and magical meaning that it's an investor like that's giving you like $1 million, or you're a celebrity or something like that, then it's magical soil, so of course it will grow faster. But for everyday people like you and me, if I'm gonna be real with you, it's hard for that plant to grow overnight, because naturally it doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like if I planted a sunflower seed now, today, like right here, and I wake up tomorrow morning, I don't expect it to be a flower, because if it was, I think I would put it in the museum and sell it to the museum because it's a special flower. But anyway, or give it to the research scientists so they can find out how to utilize that for crop production. Anyway, yeah, so I think that yeah, that's silly. So I think that manage your expectations, because often you will find that your business is super flexible. Things happen out of the blue, you do not expect it, things just happen all the time. They happen all the time and you do not expect it. Like that storm that happened, there's so many, the list goes on and on. Really, seriously, I've been through a lot. But things happen all the time and you have to be on your feet all the time. You have to be flexible. You have to say, okay, this didn't go well. Okay, I gotta do this next. This didn't go well, I have to do this next. So it's really just flexibility and managing your expectations. Don't expect your overall overarching vision to happen. I think that's really important. Expect your dream to be fruitful. Expect big things for yourself. I always believe in that. But I do not believe in expecting overnight success. I don't believe in expecting overnight fame, overnight flash in the pan money. I don't think that those are things that have longevity, will live for a long time. I always believe in expecting your overarching vision, but don't expect all the small little steps in the journey to go the way you plan all the time. That's something where I guess you learn as a little kid, right? Don't expect things to go your way all the time. I think that's super, super important. And it applies so much in having your own business and being a freelancer and being a startup, because you are going to have to be flexible. You are always going to have to change your plans all the time. And in some way, it makes you quicker, it makes you faster, it makes you think on your feet more, and it grows you as a person. So remember, all these things grow you as a person. It is an amazing journey. No matter what difficulty you go through, the stronger you will get, and I love that. So about being on myself. And the fifth thing I want to share with you, finally, this is a freaking long video, but fifth thing is do it for love. Do it for love. Love. L-O-V-E. Do it for love. And what I mean by do it for love is that you already know. You already know. I think that for me, I already know that makeup is where I'm supposed to be in. I can, every single vein, every single cell, every single blood vessel tells me that. Just, that's where I belong. And I think that you will hopefully come to a point where you know what it feels to want that so much, to put your heart and soul into it, to go through so much for it, to be able to take all the struggles that follow it, to be able to pick yourself up despite all those struggles, to be able to work hard, to be able to think on your feet for it, to give yourself to it. And honestly, the only way to do that is the love that you have for it. Love is why you do it. And a lot of people think they want fame, they want money, they want these things, but these things don't last you, really. Why do you want to be famous? Like, when I came into blogging and everything like that, I literally did it for fun. And I remember, I love doing videos, no joke, guys, I seriously love doing this. I have no idea why, but just being in front of camera and talking to you is really fun. But yeah, it's the love for doing something. I think that is irreplaceable. And I never went into this to be famous. Like, legit, guys, do not want to be famous. I do not do this to be famous, please. That is something that I don't want, because literally you owe your life to everyone you see. You owe your life to everyone, you know what I mean? And I'm not like that. And for me, I've always wanted to work. You know, I've always wanted my own business. That was my core desire in my life, to have this business, to be in makeup. For someone it might be fame, for someone it might be a millionaire, no matter how you get there. I mean, I think desires are all different, but I think that if you were to start your own business and be an entrepreneur, do it for love. Don't do it for money. Don't do it for fame. Do it for love. Do it because you love what you do. Do it because you can't, when you wake up in the morning, it's all you think about. When you wake up in the morning, it's all you want to do. You know, this feeling is so special that it can't be replaced. And for you to not do that and go to your 9-to-5 job that you hate, and wake up in the morning knowing that you need to do something else, and that you have this thing that is so beautiful, and you won't take it because you're scared. Think about it. Think about what I've just said in this entire video. You love what you do so much that no matter what, you will keep on trying. That is love right there. I mean, what is more an expression of love than that? Seriously. So yeah, those are my 5 tips if you are starting your own business or you're a freelancer. I hope it somewhat inspires you or encourages you in some way. I have learned so much from this entire thing, and I'm still learning. I am still on my way, guys. That is the beauty of it. I am not an entrepreneur where I'm like saying like this from a successful standpoint, because I do watch all those interviews and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire now, and like, yeah, this is what I went through, which is an amazing thing, which I think is a beautiful thing. But I am just like you, and I'm going through this, you know what I mean, like that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is what I'm going through right now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions below on it. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye.